shine for another Sabbath day. Another day to magnify and glorify the name of the Lord. Right, Lord willing, y'all been waxing mighty in the spirit. Right, y'all been praying, fasting, reading, studying, exhorting one another. They loving one another in these last days. Right, and that you're showing the same grace, long suffering, and mercy towards your brothers and sisters, as the Lord showed us in these last days, waking us up to know that we Israelites, and that we got to keep the commandments, and that we have a kingdom in store, man. All right, I want to kick it off with the book of Acts, chapter 17, and verse number 2.
Book of Acts, chapter 17, and verse 2. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scripture.
Right, so we're moving in the spirit of our forefathers, right? As Paul, his manner was to go in and preach unto them every day, man. Right? So we must do the work of our forefathers, of the Most High God, right? And preach and allege, you know what I'm saying? This is the truth, man. So give me Acts 18 and 4.
The book of Acts, chapter 18 and verse 4. And he reasoned in the synagogue every Sabbath.
Every what?
Every Sabbath. And persuaded the Jews and Greeks.
Right? So, and we're here to persuade those that know they're Israelites, right? That's been in this thing 4-5+ years, man. And those that just coming in this thing, right? They figuring out the Israelites, they learning about the laws on what to do, how to serve the Lord, how to please the Most High, right? To persuade you to continue in the faith, right? And you do all things that the Most High commanded us in these last days. What you got, Ken?
Come. Give me the book of SABBATH, chapter 33, and verse number 17.
The book of SABBATH, chapter 33, and verse number 17. And it reads, Consider that I labor, not for myself only, but for all of them that seek learning.
As we say every week, week in and week out, man, we don't do this work, right? The brothers that go out there and labor for the Lord, you know, and we don't go out here to do this for our own self only, right? We don't go out here for our own vainglory and reputation and to get the praises of man. No, we seeking the honor and mercy and sincerity and truth of the Lord, man. That's what we out here to do it for all of them that seek learning, all of them who are going through these signs and they're wondering, hey, why all these things are happening. We go out there to give them the answers, right, through the spirit and power of the Lord. Brothers,
We're going to kick it off, right? The lesson today is the blueprint to the kingdom, man. Right? What's the blueprint to the kingdom? How do we get to the kingdom? What's the instructions laid down, right, to build this kingdom up? Now, what do we need to do? Right? I want to kick it off with the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, and verse number 52.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, and verse number 52. For unto you is paradise open.
Right? A paradise is open. That's the kingdom, man. Right? The kingdom is, you have the opportunity to get to the kingdom. You have the opportunity to see the blessings of the Lord, man. Right? Paradise is open unto you. Read.
The time to come is prepared. Plenteous is made ready. A city is built. And rest is allowed. Yeah, perfect goodness and wisdom.
Right, that's the kingdom, man. That's what we have to look forward to. Because when people lay this blueprint down, whether they finna build a big dream house, right, or investors just putting this money to build a commercial building or whatever, right, they're looking towards, you know what I'm saying, how it's going to look at the finished job, man, right, where they got they 5 bedrooms or whatever they planned on, you know what I'm saying, it to be, right, through the blueprint, they hoping that these things be accomplished, right, and through the blueprint, right, and what we finna go into, this is what comes with it. Plenteous, right, you got all the food that you can think of, right, the beautiful garments. It said rest, right, your children gonna play in the streets, man, right, everybody gonna be there in joyfulness and mirth, right, that's what comes after the blueprint is complete, and we do all the building that needs to be done. And it said perfect goodness and wisdom. I want you to keep reading on that too.
The root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness, and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into the hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are passed away, sorrows are past, and in the end it shows the treasure of immortality.
So that's That's what we're looking to accomplish, right? So when we get into this thing, right, you might become a contractor, right? You become a contractor, you know what I'm saying, you look at the blueprint, we building it up. This is what comes after it, man, right? A beautiful kingdom, right? And immortality. That's what's to come, right? But we have to figure out, okay, what's the steps? Because the blueprint is very tedious. Got the measurements, just like how Moses got the blueprint from the Lord on how to build the tabernacle, all right, or where he was going to dwell at. Yeah, Bezalel making the things, man, and everybody putting their hand for it, right, fulfilling that blueprint, so you can see this glorious tabernacle where the Lord is going to dwell at. And we looking to see that kingdom, man, right, everlasting life, rest, right, but we have to follow his steps, because if you mess up that blueprint, right, you needed, you know what I'm saying, this to keep it simple, this scoop, right, you needed this wood plank to be this size and it's not fitting, and the job can't get done. So you have to follow the blueprint as it is written, or it's not gonna work. Are you at a point?
Yeah, I'm kind of gonna go into that, like, say you buy something from IKEA. You know what I mean? You know, it may have 100, 200 screws.
Yeah.
You left over with 40.
Yeah.
That thing shaking,
Something
not
right.
stable. It's very tricky. You got no raw screws. So you gotta look at the blueprint.
You know how people, they hate instructions. We always doing. They hate instructions.
Yeah.
They throw the instructions behind them, right? I'm gonna figure it out. It's don't look too hard, all right? Like the brother said, brother, you're supposed to use all 120 screws. You got 40 left over, all right? You didn't follow the instructions how to keep it sturdy,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? You're missing the shelf, right? The shelf wobbly, all right? Uneven. And now you writing a bad review. This is bad. This is a bad product.
All right.
No, brother, no, you're a bad constructor, man.
Right.
Right? You didn't follow the instructions. There be a lot of I be on Amazon. You obviously didn't put it together right.
Right.
You put the bad review because you didn't know what the hell you was doing. Right? So we had to follow the blueprint to get, you know what I'm saying, what we just read. And I want to get another precept with that. Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 6.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse number 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field.
Man, the city is building, man. And it's upon a broad field. Right? It's plenteous. But what?
And is full of all good things.
Right? And it got all good things. Right? Read.
The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall.
But see, the entrance is narrow. So when you get there, it's plenteous. Right? It's broad. It's a lot, and it's full of good things, but to get there, it's narrow. Read.
Like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Right.
If the city now were given unto
you know what I'm saying? Basically what it's going into, look, you're going to have to go do some things, man. You got fire on this side, you got water on this side, and who's to say that water don't come up and touch you?
Right.
Who's to say that you don't feel that fire on you, man? All right, you're going to feel it. All right, because it's narrow. And it said only one man can go at a time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can't help you. All right, that next man can't help you. You got to get through that thing on your own. But read.
Fine. If the city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
How could you receive it if you don't go through it, man? This is the blueprint, right, to get into the kingdom, man. It said it in the book of Acts 14 and 22, right? Through much tribulation shall you enter into the kingdom. That's the fire, that's that water, right? But if you never go through it, because you got some people, I'm afraid of heights. I'm scared. I don't think I can do it, right? I don't think I can go past. I can't go on the movie they have on bridges, right? They be scared. Can't get across. Well, you got to go across to get to the other side, man. The destination is on the other side. You're scared to go across that bridge. All right, read on.
Gone. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
Right?
Because for their sakes I made the
He
world.
said, for your sakes, he made the world. So Israel, this is your portion, man. Right? To go through it, right, and you can get the kingdom. Right? We're going to lay out the blueprint, you know what I'm saying, on what you got to do to get there, man. Right? Because we just laid out, you know what I'm saying, what's going to be in store at the kingdom, man. Right? And we hope that you follow the instructions to get there. Right? What you got, man?
That's right. And give me the book of Matthew chapter 6 and verse number 33.
Book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse number 33, and it reads, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
So, right, you gotta seek ye first the kingdom, right? Of the Most High, right? And like brother said, we about to lay out the blueprint. The scriptures lay out the blueprint,
Right.
on how to receive the kingdom of the Most High God, right? You're saying you gotta first seek the kingdom. You can't seek the world. Like, I'm gonna get the money first. I'm gonna go grab the cars first. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go dilly-dally around with harlots and, you know what I'm saying, be out in the streets first. Then I'm gonna seek the kingdom. No, you gotta seek the kingdom first. Right? And all these things gonna be added unto you. Give me the book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 14.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22, and verse number 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
He said what?
Blessed are they that do his
Okay,
commandments.
so this is step one. Right? Hey, first and foremost, you gotta do the commandments. Alright, can you read it?
That they may have right to the tree of life.
Then we have what?
Right to the tree of life.
Where is the kingdom?
Right to the tree of life.
And the tree of life is within the kingdom, man. Right? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do the commandments first. It didn't just say know the commandments.
Right.
It didn't just say hear the commandments. And he said, blessed are they that do his commandments. Right? Can you read?
And may enter in through the gates into the city.
They're gonna enter in through the gates of the city. And you know that it's only 12 gates. There ain't no 13 gates, man. You're gonna enter through your gate into the city, man. Right? And then you're gonna have the tree of life, man. Right? But first, right, you gotta seek the kingdom. Right? You gotta, and that word seek, you gotta have vision. Right? A lot of these architects, right, you know what I'm saying, coming from a construction standpoint, it starts with a vision first. The architect has the vision. Right? They write out how many screws, they write out how many planks of wood, how many pieces of drywall, what it's gonna look like, how many square feet it's gonna be. Then they go to the foreman, right? And they get him the blueprint, right? And then he goes and get the laborers, right? He goes to the contractor go and find the laborers, man. Right? This is how it goes, right? So you gotta have the vision first. You gotta see what the vision is. You gotta see the kingdom first. Right? Give me the book of Luke chapter 6 and verse 48.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 6, and verse number 48. And it reads, He is like a man which buildeth the house and diggeth deep and laid the foundation on a rock.
They did what?
And laid the foundation on a rock.
You gotta lay your foundation on a rock, because when these foremen go and look at the ground, right? These architects, they go look at the land, right? They go with them foremen, and these people who's gonna do the excavating. They're gonna see if the land is good, right? They're not about to start building on a land that's wet, the soil is soggy, it's a slippery slope, it's muddy.
What's that?
Got water ponds around the damn thing.
What's that pit?
The pit.
Like a floodplain.
A flood, yeah, like the floodplain, man. Right? Got the daggone the trench. The trench is all messed up.
Quicksand.
Daggone quicksand, man.
First they send the spectators out there to see if it's even good ground. Even
You said they send the what?
spectators out there to see if
A
it's
spectator, an inspector.
to see if it's even worth building on it.
Exactly. You gotta make sure that ground good, right? Because if you build, you can't put no daggone no foundation on no ground that's on sand.
Right.
It's gonna sink in. Now you wonder why you keep hearing your house doing a little. Now the house that got built up. Now you wonder why your walls is feeling lopsided. And you start to see the paint crack. You start to see a hole coming there going to see the ceiling is part of the daggone drywall on the roof. Then the drywall from the wall. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing that coming open. Now your window looking like it's a little slanted, like one of them daggone pictures. Now the bugs crawling in your house. You know what I'm saying? Because they coming through the crack of the window, right? Because your house slide, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your house is about to slide off the daggone hill, man. It's about to be like that house on Poltergeist, man. I don't know if brothers ever seen that movie. At the end of the movie, when the daggone house just fell inside.
Yeah.
It imploded, man. Right?
Like a black hole.
Like a black hole. It imploded. That's what's gonna happen to your house if you not if you don't got no good foundation. Right? It's gonna crumble. It's gonna fall. Right? Finish reading that.
God. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it.
Nah, it shook it a little bit.
And could not shake it.
For why?
For it was founded upon a rock.
So you gotta see that vision, right? And when you lock in and you seeking the kingdom of the Most High God, right? Your vision, right, is what's gonna uphold your foundation because ain't nothing gonna deter you from that. All right, this is the good ground, right? You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna see that vision, and guess what? You're gonna tell the foreman. He's gonna get the contractor. The contractor gonna find the laborers. They're gonna start building. It's gonna start building up, man. Right? But you gotta first do what? Keep the commandments. Do the commandments first. What you got?
Could I read the verse?
Go ahead, read it.
But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that is without a foundation.
See that? It said, but he that heareth and doeth not. But you said that.
No foundation.
You ain't got no foundation. You read it?
Built, it's like without a foundation, built a house upon the earth against which the stream did beat vehemently.
Hey, whooped it, read.
And immediately it fell.
Now what happened?
And immediately it fell.
And the water sunk in, right? That went through the damn foundation, cracked the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Now the pillars that's holding up your daggone living room, they done fell in the damn floor. Now you got a big slope in your living room floor now. You walking in your living room, it's like that one place where there's at that club dancing. And then the whole floor fell down, man. Injured like 250 people and killed like 8 of them. Right? The whole floor just fell.
They got I think it was like a Corvette museum. I forgot what state it's in, but it was some years ago that it fell in. So like all them expensive collector's cars just straight into
the daggone ground, straight in the water, man. See that? All praise to the Most High. Read though up.
God. And the ruin of that house was great.
It's gonna be a great ruin, right? When you just hear, but you don't do the commandments, right? Your foundation gonna be weak, right? Your foundation gonna implode. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall quick, right? You gotta God.
That's right, man. You gotta keep the commandments, man. That's the straightforward answer, the blueprint to the kingdom. But you gotta do the will of the Father, man. I want to get the classic Matthew 19 and 16.
The book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse number 16. And it reads, And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
All right, so this man was wise to ask this question, right? And everybody should be, you know what I'm saying, making sure that, you know what I'm saying, in their heart, they're trying to figure out, look, what exactly things that I need to do to get the kingdom, man. Right? They can be on your day-to-day life, what you're dealing with. Look, I need to get rid of this spirit, man. I know it's going to take me away from getting the kingdom. All right, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, correct yourself, get yourself right. So this man said, look, what do I need to do? All right, read.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Do what?
Keep the commandments.
He said, if you want to enter into life, the everlasting life, that plenteous, where rest is allowed, perfect goodness, right? Where everything is good, and you got to keep the commandments. There's plenty. Right. All you have to do is keep the commandments. And I want you to hold that and go to verse 27.
Verse number 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee.
They did what?
We have forsaken all and followed thee.
Read.
What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me and the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Read.
And every one that have forsaken houses, or brother, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life.
You gotta make a sacrifice, man. You gotta give up all things and straightway follow the Lord. Now I want you to go back and let's see what happened with this man that asked this question.
Verse
right? Go to jump down to verse
18.
Go to 20.
God, 20. Then the young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet?
I've been keeping the commandments. I honor my father and my mother. You know what I'm saying? I keep the law. I keep all the laws. You know what I'm saying? I really don't lack nothing. What did Yahushua say?
Yahushua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. And come and follow me.
And do what?
And come and follow me.
Read.
But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions.
He had great possessions. So he put his head down, man. He said, damn, man, I'm not giving this up. The riches, the love, the world, I ain't giving it up. Right? The scat packs, your weed bundle packs, right? You don't want to give it up. Right? So he said, look, if you want to enter the kingdom, yeah, on one half is keeping the commandments, but also is giving up your worldly possessions, man. Right? And straightway following the Lord. See, the men of the Lord, the apostles, the disciples, they straightway followed the Lord. Matthew 4:9, they just left their nets. Right? The brothers, they left their father. Left him on the boat. Right? Just left. Gone. Right? You have to straightway follow the Lord. See, men in this shoot, they might have had a little fame in the world, had a little money or whatever they had going on. Not saying that you can't have that. Right? But somebody's had to let these things go because it's contrary to the will of the Lord, man. Right? So you got to give up certain possessions. You got to give up certain things. You got to make sacrifices in this thing to get the blueprint. Right? And these men that be, you know what I'm saying? I go to these contractors and stuff and deliver on a weekly basis. Some of these men, they be working 6 days a week, sometimes 7.
Yep.
They had to work 7 days a week to get this job done.
Long hours.
Right?
Yeah.
Long hours.
18.
And they making the sacrifice. They can't see their family. Somebody just might have a new kid. Right? You know what I'm saying? And they gotta go do the work. They gotta go finish this job. Right? And you gotta make them sacrifices. They gotta give up something. Right?
Hey, look at what time them dudes be out there when we be at camp on Friday.
Yeah.
Them dudes will be doing construction on that building over
They
there.
out there late night. Alright? So you gotta give up something. Give me on the precept real quick. Give me Matthew 10 and 37.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse number 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Right? So you're not worthy of the Lord if you put, you know what I'm saying, these things above him. Not saying that you're not supposed to love him, but you don't want to put anything before the Lord, right, and his will. Right? So you want to make those sacrifices. You want to make time for the Lord, man. Right? This is part of the blueprint, part of the steps towards the kingdom, man. The instructions that you must follow that the Lord is laying out for us. All right, but you got it, King.
Come. Give me the book of John. Mighty book of St. John, chapter 14. Start at verse 1.
It's the book of John, chapter 14, and verse number 1. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in Yahweh, believe also in me.
What did Yahushua say?
You believe in Yahweh, believe also in me.
So if you believe in the Most High God, you got to believe in Yahushua. This is part of it, but keep reading.
In my Father's house are many mansions.
You said, what is many mansions?
In my Father's house are many mansions.
Hey, we know that the Lord's house is the kingdom, right? It's his kingdom, right? And there is many mansions, and all of them on the rock. All of them can't be shaken, right? All of them things firm, on fertile land, right? It's many mansions. Keep reading.
If it were not so, I would have told you.
He said, if it wasn't so, he would have told you. He would have told you. You gotta believe in Yahushua.
He basically said, I ain't capping.
That's basically what he said. Why would I lie?
All facts.
Why would I lie? right? If you believe in the Most High, the Father, right, you gotta believe in me also. Because if there wasn't no mansions in there, I would have told you. I would have told you there's nothing there. So what, you got one out?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's the other half, because the carnal half is keeping the law, but the spiritual half is having the faith. And, you know, and that's like they like say that's all we do is talk about the law.
Exactly.
Faith written all
Faith
through
right
it.
here. So keep reading that, because I'm reading verse 6. That's the point. Keep reading.
Perfectly keep the law.
If it were not so, I would have told you.
Uh-huh.
I go to prepare a place for you.
Uh-huh.
And if I go and prepare a place for you,
Read.
I will come again
Uh-huh.
and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may also be.
All right, keep reading.
It's like ye be also.
Uh-huh.
And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know.
So what Thomas say?
Thomas saith unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest.
Right, we don't know which way the Lord's going. We don't know where Yahushua is. We don't know when he's even coming back. Right? We don't know. Right? But we gotta, like the brother was just bringing out, like the point of this scripture is, you gotta keep the faith. Keep reading.
And how can we know the way? Yahweh said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and life.
What he say?
I am the way, the truth, and life.
How do we get to the kingdom?
I am the way, the truth, and life.
What is faith in Yahushua?
I am the way, the truth, and life.
Read.
No man cometh unto the Father,
Uh-huh.
but by me.
But who?
But by me.
Not but by anything else.
But by me.
But by my own words.
But by me.
My own thoughts.
But by me.
And you gotta go. The only way you can go into the kingdom, right? Because the part of receiving the kingdom, like how the brothers written out, the carnal aspect of it is, hey, doing this law, doing the commandments. But guess what? You can't just do the commandments, right, and not have faith in Yahushua.
Right.
Who would you be doing the commandments for? What would it be all for?
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Our spiritual aspect is following the example of Yahushua, having faith in everything that's in all the promises that he has given us, that he has brought to us. Right? And guess what? Our reasonable service is to do what he preached, the commandments. Right? So through faith in Yahushua and keeping the commandments is part of this blueprint on how to make it to the kingdom, right? But I got a precept right quick.
John 14:6.
All right, bring that up.
John. Book of John, chapter 14, verse 6.
That's what I just read out. I just read it.
No, I was saying, I was just referencing John 14.
Oh, come. Give me the book, just the book of Sirach. Yeah, this is the book of Sirach, chapter, go to the book of Sirach, chapter 2.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2.
And I want verse number, go to 15.
Verse number 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word.
Say what?
They that fear the Lord will not disobey his
So
word.
you gotta fear the Most High, right? You gotta believe in Yahushua, right? You gotta reverence the Lord, man. Right? Know that he is the Father. Know that he is the Most High. And guess what? Also believe in the Son, Yahushua, right? And follow what he taught, right? And that's gonna build your foundation upon a rock, right? We keep reading.
And they that love him
Will do what?
will keep his way.
What is the commandments?
Will keep his
Will
way.
keep his ways, the way that he told you to be.
Right.
Do what he said, right? Keep reading.
They that fear the Lord
Uh-huh.
will seek that which is well pleasing
And what is well pleasing to the Lord. Keep reading.
unto him, and they that love him
Uh-huh.
shall be filled with the law.
What is pleasing to the Lord?
Shall be filled with the law.
What's pleasing in the Most High's eyes?
Shall be filled with the law.
What is his ways?
Shall be filled with the law.
Keep reading.
They that fear the Lord
Uh-huh.
will prepare their hearts
Uh-huh.
and humble their soul,
Keep reading.
saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord.
We will do what?
We will fall into the hands of the Lord,
Uh-huh.
and not into the hands of men.
Don't fall into the hands of men.
For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
So is his mercy, right? And that's what we want to end up being, right? We got precept.
God, Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 18 through 20.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse number 18. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption.
See that?
And incorruption maketh us near unto Yahweh. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom.
You guys.
That's plain. That's just straight plain.
Yeah,
Like-
he said, desire of wisdom is into the kingdom, man.
It's going to be right into the kingdom, man. Right? So keeping the faith in Yahweh Shai, right? Reverencing the Most High by keeping the faith in Yahweh Shai, by doing what Yahweh Shai taught, which is the ways of the Most High, that's going to be the wisdom that's going to bring you to that kingdom. But you got
That's what's out there. 6, 8,
Get it now. Give me Hebrews 12 and 1.
It's the book of Hebrews.
Start at 2.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 2. Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and the finisher of our
Hey,
faith.
you gotta look unto your house shop, man. You gotta have faith. Right? Say he's the author and finisher of our faith. He was a physical blueprint
Right.
on who to follow.
Yeah.
Right? What's that? In book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse number 21, I believe, it says you gotta follow his steps. Right? We must follow the Lord's steps.
First Peter.
1 Peter, kind of. Right? Said he must, yeah, kind of. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21. Said we must follow his steps. He literally left the blueprint. He left the instructions on what to do, man.
Right.
So it said, looking onto the author and finisher of our faith, read.
Who, for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
And that's the kingdom. See, that's just his position in the kingdom, you know what I'm saying, where the Lord has set him, right? But whatever your position is, if you endure the cross, carry all your burdens, or you follow the instructions, the blueprint that he left, right? You're gonna get that glory as well, man.
That's right.
You're gonna be there, you know what I'm saying, kicking it, you know what I'm saying, and hey, that's why I kicked it off with those precepts, because that's what we're looking forward to.
Right.
That's what we're gonna get if we follow this blueprint, man. Right? And that's what we all looking for. That's what we all looking towards. Everybody said, yeah, we hate it here, man. Yeah, where you at? I'm at captivity, man. I'm on a plantation right now, man. Right? Everybody tired of that. Right? But you're gonna take the steps, right, to get to the kingdom, man. Right? So I wanna let me get one more. Actually, let me pull that in First Peter.
Come.
Pull that.
It's the book of First Peter.
First Peter chapter 2 and verse number 21.
It's the book of First Peter, chapter 2 and verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called, because Amashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example.
What's the blueprint?
Leaving us an example.
Leaving us an example, man. That what?
That ye should follow in his steps.
That we should follow his steps. Right? It's steps to this thing, man. It ain't just, okay, it's just one instruction and it's complete. It's steps. We gotta follow the steps.
Right.
Right? And in the instruction blueprint, you start here and you finish here. Right? You can't start at part 4, man, or part 3. Right? Your piece upside down. Alright, your faith is wavering. Alright? So you must follow his steps in this thing. Alright, so give me the book of John, John chapter 3 and verse number 3.
Book of John, chapter 3, and verse number 3. Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again.
Except the what?
Except a man be born
Right? You
again.
have to be born again. You have to become a new man. Right? What Yahushua say?
He cannot see the kingdom of
You
Yahweh.
ain't gonna be able to see the kingdom. If you don't change your ways, right? You become a new man in this thing. You be born again. You shall not, you shall not see the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, read.
God. Nicodemus said, Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? Yahushua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of Yahweh.
Keep going.
That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
Right, so you have to be born again. Can't enter into the kingdom with a nigga mindset. Right? Can't enter into the kingdom still thinking about Eve, man, and lusting. You have to change the way that you think. Give me that real quick in Ephesians chapter 4 and verse, start at 20. 4 and verse number 20.
Look at Ephesians chapter 4 and verse number 20. But ye have not so learned Hamashiach.
See, some people didn't learn about the Lord yet, man. You don't know or understand the blueprint that he left. Ye have not so learned of Yahushua, man. Read.
If so, be that ye have heard him.
See, if you knew the Lord, right, you understood his steps, right, you seen what he did, read.
And have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahushua, that ye put off concerning the former conversation.
What would you do?
Put off concerning the former
You
conversation.
put off concerning the former conversations. The what?
The old man.
The old man. You will be a new creature. Right? You will be born again if you truly believe in Yahushua, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Read.
Which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
So you have to be renewed in the spirit of your mind, man. That's another blueprint to get into the kingdom. You got to change the way you think.
Right.
You got to start moving different, thinking different. Right? You have to become a whole new man. Read. And that nigga ain't entered into the kingdom, man.
I know, right?
With his hat cocked to the side, man.
Right.
On the spiritual level, your hat cocked.
That sound like Matthew 7.
Alright?
See
You're
that?
not getting in there, man. With your pants sagging. You throw your belt at the Lord. I don't need this.
Right.
Alright?
Black him out.
We do it like this down here in the south. Alright? This how we do it. Tell the Lord this how we do it out here. Alright? That's mad. You gotta change your ways, man. Right?
It's just me.
The Lord gonna say, no, this how you supposed to do it. And then thrust you through, man. Read
Right.
that.
And that ye put on the new man,
Uh-huh.
which after Yahweh is created in righteousness
Right.
and true holiness.
So you have to put on that new man. Yahushua said, lest ye be born again, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. You must change your ways. You must repent. Right? And have a different mindset, a good conscience towards the Lord. That's the only way you're going to enter into the kingdom. No niggas going to enter into the kingdom. We're going to kind of get into that. Right? Because we're going into the instructions to get in. Right? But there's also consequences if you don't do these instructions. Let me tell you, your damn bookshelf is wobbly, man. Now I was broke in a week. Right?
Put
Now-
some books on their shelf
yeah.
for them.
Now the blueprint, you know what I'm saying, when these men start building stuff, they got a certain time frame. Right? You got a certain time frame to get this done. Right? They might be getting funded by somebody looking for their investment to be flipped. Right? And you taking all damn day. You messing up the instructions and damn, man, we gotta start all over. We bought the wrong pieces and whatnot. Right? But I mean, you ain't gonna get the job done, man. Right? They gonna fire you. They might fire you against the next man to come in.
Move too much
Right?
material.
Yeah, using too much material, you spend too much money. Right? You want to count the cost, right? All hell break loose, man. So you gotta be born again, be this new creature. All right. Let me get one more. I know the brother kind of had it, but I want to pull it. Give me Matthew 7.
Book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse number 21. And it reads, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of
See,
heaven.
not everybody that say the name of the Lord is going to enter into the kingdom. Just because you know the name of the Lord, that don't mean you're going to enter into it, man. Because you got men, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote saying that they throwing up prayers, but they finna eat pork. Right? With the mac and cheese on the side.
Let him read some of that.
Right? Saying Yahweh shot. That don't mean you're going to enter into the kingdom because you know the name of the Lord. Read.
Come.
Yeah, Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh shot. Right? With a manure on the table. You're not getting in just because you do that.
Right.
Right? Read.
Shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. But he that doeth the will of my
But
Father,
if you do the will of the Most High, we know the will is Psalms 40 and 8, keeping the commandments. Read.
which is in heaven, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name cast out devils?
But you ain't see my good works. Look, I was out there. I was doing some work, man. I was putting in the work for your name, man. You ain't see me. All right, read.
And in thy name done many wonderful works.
See that?
And then will I profess unto them,
What your house shot gonna say?
I never knew you.
I never knew you. And who is you? Nah, I don't know you. Right, why are you even talking to me right now? Read.
Depart from
He
me,
said, get away from him.
Get out of here. Scram.
Keep going.
ye that work iniquity.
Do what?
Ye that work
Right,
iniquity.
you didn't break God's law, man. All right, like I said in other translations.
NLT.
Right, NLT. Get away from me, you who break God's law. Right, you go to hell off. Right, because if we was going, the brother was going into it. If you have faith in the Lord, well, you're gonna do what the Lord did. He kept the law.
Right.
All right, you're gonna believe that He actually died for you to have that grace that you may repent and turn back to the Lord by keeping His commandments. Right? But it's gonna be men in those days, they abuse the grace of the Lord. They do their own thing, but we got liberty now. I can eat this pork marinated in Coca-Cola for 2 days, man. Right? Smack.
Smash.
And boasting about it. You niggas gonna love this.
Love it.
Alright? Not even to bring that demon back up.
Spring.
But it's off. Alright? Damn pork demon.
Madness.
Right? You know he's no better than a damn pork chop pastor, man. Alright, deceiving the people.
Law, liberty.
Alright, if you know, you know. Alright? But you know what I'm saying? Hey, he gonna say get away from me, man. He said it's gonna be weeping, nigga. Keep going on that.
Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth not them, I will liken them unto a wise
He
man.
said you heard his sayings and you don't do it. He gave you the blueprint. I'm sure.
And do it.
He said what?
It says and do it.
Oh, I didn't do it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It said and do it them, I will liken them unto a wise
So
man.
he's a wise man. You follow the instructions, right? You do what the Lord has said, and you're a wise man. Read.
Which built his house upon a rock,
See that?
and rain
See
descended.
that? He built this house upon a rock.
That's right.
Right? He has great foundations. His house is not going to be able to be moved, man. Right? You know, now they build it. The house is a week now. Right?
Man.
And you know what I'm saying? They got brick. You know what I'm saying? They got the brick. They got great infrastructure, man. Everything is built is good, man. It's not gonna be blown down with the wind. Right? Read.
And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
See, if you found it upon the rock, you follow the instructions, right? You do how Shah said, ain't nothing gonna be able to knock you down in this thing, man. Right? You're gonna be withholding, because some houses old as hell, man. They still standing to this day.
Right.
Then you got some houses, all hell broke loose.
I like, cause the old houses they actually made of brick, but the new houses they look brick, but I think they call it like shiplap or something.
Yeah.
It's like a thing you just put up there and it look like brick.
It look like
It's
brick.
laminate.
See, them old houses, they still standing, man.
Makeup.
1907,
Most of them be the face.
1800s. Alright, you got old houses around here, man.
Three little
They
kids.
still standing. Then you got some houses, they all jammed. The new houses be getting blown away in the wind. Right? Ravished. Alright, we on?
And every heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not,
What's not part of the blueprint?
and doeth them
You
not,
heard the sayings and do them not.
shall be likened unto a foolish man.
It's be like you foolish, man. You threw the damn instructions behind your back, man. Like I said, Deuteronomy 9:27, you cast the laws behind your back. You cast the Lord behind your back, man. Said I'm gonna do my own thing. Read.
Which built his house upon the sand,
He built it upon the sand. Well, this is like a good spot. He built it upon the sand.
It's open.
It's open. This is a good little spot right here. I like this little spot right here. Right? And he said, what?
got a view.
Got a good view right here. And built it on the sand. Only a foolish man to do that. Alright? That's a dummy. On the sand? Wow. Read that.
And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house,
Beat upon it.
and
what happened?
it fell,
And it what?
And it fell.
And it failed.
and great was the fall of it.
Keep going.
And it came to pass, when Yahushua had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one having
What
authority.
is it on that? Right? So you gotta follow this blueprint, follow the Lord. Right? So your building, which is yourself, your body, right? Don't get destroyed, man. That you may enter into the kingdom. You may get the everlasting life, man. Right? So we must follow these steps. Now we're gonna go into, I don't know if you have more precepts, we're gonna go
I just
into
had a few.
all right, how you can miss out on the kingdom. it's many ways you can miss out on the kingdom. Right? We just went into it. You don't follow the Lord. You don't follow the commandments. You wicked as all, you don't know what. Right? But we can get into it.
Read the book of, give it a class in Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and verse number 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh.
What?
Fear Yahweh.
Read.
And keep His commandments.
Now what we gotta do?
And keep His commandments.
Well, how do we get into the kingdom?
And keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
Keep reading.
For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment.
Every what?
Every work into judgment.
Every work into judgment. Right? These works that you do, every work that you do, even the work that's unseen. Right? Your mind, your heart that worketh iniquity.
Right.
Your heart that worketh righteousness. The Lord sees these things. He's going to bring every work into judgment.
Right.
With every secret thing.
Every secret thing. Right? And that's like I was just saying, the works that's in these works that's in your heart. Right? Because anything that you do, like I was saying earlier to the analogy of the architect, the vision, right? You got to seek. What are you seeking? If you're not seeking the kingdom, right, then you're seeking wickedness, man. Right? Just like, for example, Nimrod in that Tower of Babel. What he see? He sought to fight against the Lord. He sought to go up there and be a God above the Most High God. And the Most High God seen that evil work. He seen that, and he brought it to judgment by bringing him down, smoking him, killed him, and then dispersed his kingdom. Right? Tore Nimrod up, man. Right off of that work. But keep reading on that.
Whether it be evil.
Whether it be evil.
Or whether it be good.
Right. Whether it be good or whether it be evil. Go to the book of So you gotta keep the commandments, man. You gotta keep the commandments of the Most High God. Right? But you gotta be in sincerity and truth. Right? You gotta keep, you can't just be like the people that how they said it, how they always put that bad name on the Pharisees, like all of the Pharisees, right? You're saying was just hypocrites. All of them wasn't. Some of them sincerely believed in Yahweh and kept the commandments, right? But you can't be like those that just keep the commandments outwardly, right? You wearing fringes around brothers, right? You wearing fringes, you're going to the feast days, but in your heart working the iniquity. You just had to pass over to look for some women. You had to pass over at the new moon just to get drunk, right? In your heart. You know what I'm saying? You had the destruction of Nicanor, right? Because you just want to be there to get your boot kissed by Esau, man. Right? You just want Esau to lick your boot. You're just lusting, right? You know what I'm saying? The Most High God will bring those works into judgment. He's going to expose you, man.
A lot of people join the truth because of that.
Exactly. A lot of people join the truth because they just want to be around brothers, right? Just want to be around brothers. But the Most High God is going to bring all that, even the secret things, into judgment, man. So you got to be making sure you're keeping these commandments and sincerely, man. Right? What you got out?
No, I was gonna say, I'm like, you sitting there, you edifying Jake. He might walk by, somebody get on, shake the hand,
Lust.
Hold on, my brother. You a damn devil.
Yeah, you stop the edification just to get on Esau, man.
They might get straight to it. Go get his boot.
Come on, man. Give the book Isaiah.
That's a border precept. Go get his boot.
Just come kiss it.
He said, yeah, kiss they boot first. The people that's
I
already.
don't know if y'all ever seen that commercial, man. The dude that said, "Kiss my bumper." Yeah, y'all remember that guy? Yeah, that's an old commercial. But no, we ain't gonna bring on that. But just keep the commandments, man. Keep the commandments, man. And sincerity and truth. And watch the wickedness, right? The good things and the evil things that's in your heart, man. Right? Because the Most High God, He's gonna bring it into judgment. Right. Go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse number 13.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse number 13. And it reads.
So like, go to the book of Acts first, Acts 14 and 22.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 14, and verse number 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples. And exhorting them to continue in the faith.
What we gotta be doing?
Exhorting them to continue in the faith.
What's believing in Yahweh Shai?
Exhorting them to continue in the
You
faith.
gotta continue in the faith, right? You gotta continue in this faith, right? And sincerely, it's sincerity and truth, man. You gotta seek after. You gotta continue in the faith of Yahushua, right? You know what I'm saying? In the faith of Yahushua, Yahushua was doing the commandments because he was sitting here to do what the Lord told him to do, right? He truly loved and feared and reverenced the Most High, and he did. And he is subservient, and he knows what his role is to do, to teach us, right, with them high minds, them insincere spirits, the sinners, to come and repent and keep the commandments of the Lord, do what the Lord's will is, just like I'm teaching you to do. Keep reading though.
And that we through much tribulation.
Through much tribulation, because building a house, building houses, building any infrastructure is not easy, bro. It is not easy at all. It's laborious work. The most hardest labor is to be a daggone brick mason, man. A brick mason is hard work, right? And welding right next to it. Welding, you could lose your. If you don't put them daggone eye guards on, you could blind. You could mess your eyes up. You could go blind, right? You could burn something. You could burn your damn arm off, man.
That's literally what happens when you weld it. It's just burning.
It's burning your eyes. It's like staring directly at the sun. If you don't put that on, you'll go blind, right? When you dig in them trenches, if you don't put those iron I forget what they call them, but those iron walls up around that trench, it could cave in on you, right? It's dangerous. It's hard work to be a brick mason if you don't put that brick on right. You know what I'm saying? You don't level it right, and it can slide off and kill you, right? Can you read that? Through much tribulation.
And that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh.
You gotta labor, man, through much tribulation, right? This is how you enter into the kingdom, right? By keeping the faith, which is the commandments, because it's hard for a lot of people to keep these commandments. When he said it's hard for some people, right? Because the people that it's hard for are those who have an attachment to this world. It's hard to put down the pork for you. It's hard to put down the women for you. It's hard to put down the women for you. But you make it hard because guess what? You don't have belief in the Lord. You don't believe, right? And let's go to the book of Hebrews chapter 3. We're going to go into that. How you miss out. Read it out.
The book of Hebrews chapter 3.
And verse number 18. Start at verse 18.
And verse number 18. And to whom sware he that they should not enter into rest, but to them that believe not.
But to them that believe not. Read.
So we see that they could not enter in.
Because of what?
Because of unbelief.
This is why you can't enter in. Your unbelief is what's going to make you miss out. Your lack of faith, right? In Yahushua. Your lack of your slothfulness in doing this work, which is keeping the commandments, right? Because this is all your works, right? And this is all your physical works, doing what the Lord said, and your spiritual works have faith in Yahushua. But that's what's going to take you out. Your unbelief, right? Let me get one more precept when I get your point. Let me get one more precept. Go to the book of SABBATH, chapter 2. Me too. SABBATH, chapter 2, and I want verse number 13.
The book of SABBATH, chapter 2 and verse 13.
Start at verse 12.
Verse 12. Woe be to the fearful heart and faint hands and the sinner that goeth two ways.
The sinner that goeth two ways. That's going to James 1 and 8, right? Woe unto the faint, the fearful hearts, right? Because the people that's fearful, right, don't believe in Yahushua. Don't believe in Yahweh, right? Because last time I checked in the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7, right? The Lord said he ain't gave us the spirit of fear. So the Lord said, woe to them that have fearful hearts and faint. It said what? And faint hands, right? Their hands be faint when it comes to doing this labor. Their hands are faint when it comes to the tribulation, right? They don't want to do the work, right? I know I ain't supposed to be smoking weed. You a sinner to go to? Let's go both ways. I know I ain't supposed to be eating pork, but you know what? Instead of picking, put the scriptures down and you pick up a damn pork sandwich, man. You put the scriptures down and your hands get faint when it comes to do the work of the Lord, to come and keep the commandments, to read the scriptures, but you go, but your hands are not faint when it comes to wickedness. Rolling up that weed, right? You texting that woman that ain't supposed to be texting, right? You know what I'm saying? And you know it's a Sabbath day, but it's, man, I ain't prepared, so let's go ahead. I mean, it's a microwave. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cooking. It's not work. Nah, brother, you off. Keep reading on that.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted. Just read.
For he believeth not
Because
that
he done what?
he believeth not.
Uh-huh.
Therefore shall he not be
Yeah,
defended.
you won't be defended, man, because of your unbelief. You won't get into the kingdom, because those that's going to get into the kingdom will be defended by the Lord. Those that had a faith in Yahweh Shai won't be defended by him, right? But those that are faint-hearted, they won't be, right? Brothers, got your point.
Now, I just Galatians 5:19 to 21.
Book of Galatians 5 and verse number 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envies, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
Right. I see that.
So you got, get in there.
We got it.
If you doing anything that's on that list, you better check yourself right now.
Right now.
You better get right.
Get
You
yourself
just literally
together.
said you're not entering into the kingdom if you're doing these things, man. Alright, that was a hefty list, man. Alright, you know what I'm saying? So hey, get your spirit right. But I want to let me back on what the brother was going into. Give me Hebrews 11 and 23.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse number 23. And it reads, by faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
He did what?
Refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's
He
daughter.
refused to be called the son of the Pharaoh's daughter. Because Egypt, you know, so he could have been comfortable. He could have had his feet up. He could have, you know what I'm saying, set himself in an array of all the gold and the riches that Egyptians had. They had great power on earth at that time, right? It was the most powerful kingdom at that time, right? He could have kicked it if he had his feet up. What did Moses do through faith?
Choosing rather than suffer
He
affliction.
did what?
Choosing rather than suffer
You
affliction.
have to choose to rather go through the hell that comes with the truth, man. Right? Because it's not easy. The brother brought it out, Acts 14 to 22. Through much tribulation so you can enter into the kingdom, man.
Right.
We went into it in the book of 2nd Esdras. Right? It's fire on one side and water on the other. It's a narrow path. Only one man can go there at a time, man, roughly paraphrasing. So Moses chose rather to suffer affliction with the children of God, man. Read.
With the people of God than to enjoy pleasures of sin for a
And
season.
this is only for season, man. Right? But people, they enjoy this kingdom instead of going through whatever you got to go through, following the blueprint, right, to get to the kingdom to come, man. Right? They cool with this.
Everlasting kingdom.
Right? You might have that house that needs some work. Right? They lay in the blueprint out, look, you need this done, this done, this done. You say, no, I'm cool where I'm at. Right? Like the brother was saying, your damn roof caving in, man. Right? All hell breaking loose. You need to get up out of there and get something new, man. Right? They need to build something new up. Right? But some people, they want to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season, man. Right? When it's a kingdom already in store for you, something brand new. Right? Everlasting. It's never going to fall. Never going to cave in. But all you got to do is suffer the affliction for a moment. It says in the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 24, man, my children suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you. Right? But suddenly you're going to see the destruction of your enemies. Right? We don't. 26.
Hebrews 11 and verse number 26. Esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasure in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward.
Of what?
Of the reward
What's the kingdom?
of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he
What
endured.
you gotta do?
For he endured.
You have to endure. The blueprint is it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be tired. You're gonna be tired. Things might get heavy, but you gotta go do it, man. Right? Read.
As seeing him who is invisible.
Right? And that's him trusting in the Lord, man. Having faith in the Lord. Look, hey, the Lord got me, man. And that's how you have to be when you're going through and you following the instructions of this blueprint. Right? You have to keep enduring, keep fighting, putting the things together, right? And the kingdom gonna come all together as one. Give me Deuteronomy 32 and 48.
So look at Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse number 48. And it reads, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, spake unto Moses the same day, saying, get thee up into the mount Abiram, unto the mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, that is over against Jericho, and behold, the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel for a possession, and die in the mount.
They said, what's gonna happen to him?
And die in the mount, whither thou goest up, and be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother died in the Mount Or, and was gathered unto his people.
Right, so he said, look, I got the kingdom, right, it's stored, the land that flows with milk and honey, right, the land of Canaan. Look, this where the children of Israel is going to possess. But they're going to die, right, in this mount. Right, why? What the verse say, the next verse?
Because ye trespassed against me.
He said, what?
Because ye trespassed against
right,
me.
you can sin against the Lord. Go the hell off, right, and you won't get into the kingdom, man. Right? Moses didn't get to see that land. Because he did one thing and went off. One thing. Right? It could be one thing that you're dealing with that stop you from the kingdom. Right? Like the brother about the priest, you could be doing one thing on that list. You couldn't give it up. Right? It stopped you from getting the kingdom, man. Right? So you must go, that's going back to you gotta keep the commandments. We have to do and obey what the Lord has written, man, as what the Lord has said. Right? I'm gonna give one more second, Ezra 15:24. Speed it up.
It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, and verse number 24. Woe unto them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
Read.
For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them.
So you shall remain in them. You're not gonna get delivered. You're not gonna be able to get to the kingdom, man. You shall remain in them. You're gonna catch that hell. Right? Read.
For Yahweh shall not deliver you as ye have sinned against him. Behold,
That's it on that. He said he shall not deliver you, man, because you have sinned against him. Right? You won't be able to get into the kingdom. You won't be able to enjoy, right, the real pleasures, the real rest. Right? You thought you had it now. Right? But it's gonna be all bad at the end, man. Or you gonna feel it at the end. Right? So if we gotta, you know what I'm saying, follow the commandments, believe in the Lord, keep faith, right? So that we don't miss out on the kingdom, man. Right? This is the blueprint that we must go through. All right, you got some more? You got some more? Got a couple clothes.
Give me the book of 2 Ezra chapter 7. And go to verse number 2 chapter 7 is start at verse number 19.
this book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7, and verse number 19. And he said unto me, there is no judge above Yahweh,
There is no judge above the Most High. Keep reading.
and none that hath understanding above the highest.
Uh-huh.
For there be many that perish in this life.
What's going to happen to people?
For there be many that perish in this life,
Because what?
because they despise the law of Yahweh,
Uh-huh.
that is set before them.
Hey, so there's going to be many that perish in this life because they despise the commandments, right? They don't want to do the commandments. Like hey, their hands are faith, right? Their hands are faith to do this work, right? That's why the Lord said, woe to the faint heart. Woe to the sinner that goes two ways, right? The double-minded, the unstable, right? The ones that is not going to inherit the kingdom is those who don't believe, right? That's why the Lord said it's going to be many that perish in life because they keep not the commandments. Can you read?
For Yahweh had given straight
I
commandments.
heard it was crooked.
For Yahweh had given straight commandments.
It was
For Yahweh had given straight commandments to such as came, what they should do to
what
live,
they should do to live, read,
even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
to avoid the punishment, man. Right? He gave us the blueprint. He gave us the example. Yahweh Shah said, hey, do the will of the Father, because if you do what you want to do, hey, you're going to die. Like it said in Proverbs 14 and verse 12, that way that seemeth right unto a man, right? But the ways thereof are death, right? Like you got a precept?
No, I would say when you done, I just want to drop down some verses.
Come on. Brought it, hop down to verse number 22. Keep reading 22.
Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him,
Uh-huh.
but spake against him, and imagined vain things.
See, nevertheless, they were disobedient. They were not obedient to the Lord. Right? They they spake vain things. They spoke proudly. Right? They said, when they say that stupid saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna just get my lashes when he come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a sperm brood. Right? I'm gonna just be reborn in the kingdom again. Right? They don't understand this judgment, this punishment ain't gonna be seeming like a long time, right? You might be in a FEMA camp for a few decades, man. After the Lord willing, right? Keep reading.
And deceived themselves,
And they did what?
deceived themselves by their wicked deeds.
By their wicked deeds. That's also going into Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 15. They hid themselves under lies and covered them. They hid themselves. They chose their death. They hid themselves in that falsehood. Keep reading.
And said of the Most High that he is not and knew not his way,
Keep reading.
but his laws that they despise and deny his covenants and his statutes have they not been faithful and have not performed his work.
Hadn't performed his works, man. Right? You got a point on that?
No, I would say drop down to verse 56.
Verse number 56. While we live and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
What is keeping the commandments?
This is the condition of the battle.
What is it doing to the end?
This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Right. See, this is not, and in this fight, when you fight, you gotta be strong, man. You can't be weak, right? You can't be sitting there just you can't have faint hands. You can't be faint-hearted. You can't be fearful, man. You gotta fight, right? And you gotta go through all of the conditions. You gotta roll with the punches, right? You gotta, sometimes, in construction, it might be a rainy day. It might start raining in the midst of you working. Hey, but you gotta get the job done, right? It might snow, but you gotta get that work done, man, right? It might be hella hot, but you gotta endure the heat, right? You said, but these are the conditions of the battle. Let me get one more.
I'll say go through 59, it'll double back to the point you was making a minute ago. Just keep reading.
That if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the name that I say. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose thee life that thou mayest live.
So just doubling back on this point of saying that, going back to what he's reading in Hebrews 11, saying that you suffered, in the flesh that we in now, because everybody look into the wickedness, and you look outside, you be like, damn man, we was going into that last night. Is that they look like everybody having fun, but it's like this stuff ain't really fun. You got to keep your eye on the prize, because for real, having life is gonna be what we get after this.
Exactly.
That's that illusion from Satan. They think that they having fun. They ain't really having fun.
Go to the book of Luke, chapter 12, and verse 32 of the passage. Just plain precepts.
The book of Luke, chapter 12, and verse number 32.
Let's see what I was trying to say.
The men of Nineveh shall rise up in the generation.
32. Luke 12 and 32.
Luke 12 and verse number 32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure.
It's our Father's good pleasure, read.
To give you the kingdom.
To give us the kingdom, man. It's the Father's good pleasure, man. That's going to give us the kingdom. right? What brother you got now?
God. 2 quick precepts. Give me Mark chapter 9 and verse 47.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 9 and verse 47. And if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out. It is better for thee to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh with one eye than having 2 eyes to be cast in the hell
Right,
fire.
so whatever you're dealing with that may cause you to not enter into the kingdom, whether it's lust, hatred, whatever it is, man, hey, cut it off, man.
Right.
Don't let that stop you from getting into the kingdom, man. Right? Cut that off now, man. Right? It will kill you. It will stop you from getting into the kingdom, man. It's plain. It said it's better to enter into the kingdom with one eye, right? Than to having 2 eyes cast into hell, man. Right? So whatever you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, internally, spiritually, physically, right? Hey, cut it off, man. And straightway follow the Lord, man. Right? It's plain. And so give me Mark chapter 1 and verse 15.
Book of Mark, chapter 1 and verse number 15. And saying, the time is
The
fulfilled.
Lord say,
The time is fulfilled.
Read it again.
The time is fulfilled. And the kingdom of Yahweh is at hand.
It's at hand.
The kingdom of Yahweh is at hand.
Read.
Repent ye and believe the
Right,
gospel.
so in the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh, by Shem Mashiach, like Yahushua is at hand. We have to repent and believe the gospel. Come. All praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Shem Mashiach, like Yahushua. Come here, Shem.
Come here, Shem.
Shalom.